Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وإذا ثبت هذا نقول. So when this is established now, we say لابد أن يكون من أهل الشهادة. It is necessary that they both be, husband and wife, be from أهل الشهادة. They go into the court, they must be able to testify. لأن الركن فيه الشهادة. Because the rukn in this is testimony. ولا بد أن تكون هي مما يحد قاذفها. And the wife also needs necessary that the wife be from those whom a slanderer is going to be given had. لأنه قائم في حقه مقام حد القذف. Because as li'an is standing in the right of the husband in the place of حد القذف. فلا بد من إحسانها. Therefore she need to have the sifat of ihsan. Sifat of ihsan means she mustn't be a slave girl, she mustn't be a small girl. You understand? And you learn more about the sifat of ihsan as we go on. وَيَجِبُ بِنَفْقِ الْوَلَدِ. Right. Li'an also becomes wajib when he negates the child. لِأَنَّهُ لَمَّا نَفَى وَلَدَهَا صَارَ قَاذِفًا لَهَا ظَاهِرًا. Because when he negates her child, then he is slandering her apparently. You say now, this child is not my child. You understand it? Then what he's saying now is actually saying that you committed zina. You understand it? ولا يعتبر احتمال أن يكون الولد من غيره بالوطي من شبهة. Right. So the question arises here that when you say this is not my child, right? Then it's possible that he's saying that this child here is because of wati bi shubha. So he's not actually accusing her of zina. You understand it? So that possibility is there, that when you say this child is not my child, in other words, he's saying that it's her child, but it came out of wati bi shubha, so it belongs to another man. But he's not actually accusing of zina. So they say that possibility will not be considered. The possibility that the child is from someone else because of wati bi shubha will not be considered. Will not be considered. In other words, you can't say now he didn't accuse her, because we're not going to entertain that possibility, right? كما إذا نفى أجنبي نسبه عن أبيه المعروف. Just when a stranger, just as when a stranger negates his lineage from his known father, right? So likewise, we find in a case where somebody says that you are not your father's child. Now it's known, everybody knows this man, this Zaid is the son of Amr. But he says, oh Zaid, you are not Amr's child. So there he's going to get haddi qadhaf. Even though that possibility is there, that he's not accusing this man's mother of committing zina, he's rather saying that she committed wati bi shubha. That possibility is there also. So just as in that case there, we don't look at that possibility and we're going to give him haddi qadhaf. Likewise, in this case here also, we're not going to look at that possibility when you tell the man must take li'an now, because he's accusing his wife of zina. Right. And why is this? وَهَذَا لِأَنَّ الْأَصْلَ فِي النَّسَبِ الْفِرَاشُ الصَّحِيحُ. Yeah. And this is because the actual thing in the lineage is the correct bed, the sahih firash, which means a correct nikah, a sahih nikah. وَالْفَاسِدُ mulhakum bihi, right? And the fasid nikah, right, is attached with the correct nikah. فَنَفْيُهُ عَنِ الْفِرَاشِ الصَّحِيحِ قَذَفٌ. Right? So his negation from a correct nikah is actually a slander. حَتَّى يَظْهَرَ الْمُلْحَقُ بِهِ. Until the fasid nikah becomes apparent. So if now in this particular case, right, the actual thing is in the nasab is that the child came out of firash sahih. That's the asal, right? You understand it? The wati bi shubha is something that is, it's something that happens very rare, right? So when you speak about lineage, you're automatically saying that this child here is from this lineage, and the nikah was a sahih nikah. The very odd occasion you're going to get a fasid nikah and then the child's lineage is established via fasid nikah. So what we say here, when you start negating a child's nasab, automatically you're negating it from firashe sahih, right? And that will always be the case until and unless a fasid nikah is established. So in other words, if now when the man accuses, say, this is not my child, right? If there was wati bi shubha, now there is no question of hadith qadhaf, or this is no question of li'an, because there was wati bi shubha. There was a fasid nikah. You understand it? Now then, they won't, that hadith qadhaf and it won't apply. But when he just says, this is not my child, or this child is not from this father here, when he just says that, then he must get hadith qadhaf, because he is denying the child's nasab to a known lineage. And to a firash sahih, which is the asal. وَيُشْتَرَطُ طَلَبُهَا لِأَنَّهُ حَقُّهَا. And her seeking li'an has been made a condition because it is her right. فَلَا بُدَّ مِنْ طَلَبِهَا كَسَائِرِ الْحُقُوقِ. So it's necessary for her to seek it just like all the other rights. You understand it? She needs to now go and take the case up to court. If she sits quiet, then nothing happens, because it's her right here. And therefore, when you got your right, you have to take it up. And if you don't know, you drop your right, it's your prerogative. فَإِنِ امْتَنَعَ مِنْهُ حَبَسَهُ الْحَاكِمُ حَتَّى يُلَاعِنَ أَوْ يُكَذِّبَ نَفْسَهُ. Then if the husband holds back from taking li'an, the hakim will imprison him until he takes li'an or he rejects himself. لِأَنَّهُ حَقٌّ مُسْتَحَقٌ عَلَيْهِ, because it's a right which is wajib upon him. وَهُوَ قَادِرٌ عَلَى إِيفَائِهِ, and he's able to fulfill it. What's so difficult to take li'an? He's able to do it. فَيُحْبَسُ بِهِ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ بِمَا هُوَ عَلَيْهِ. So he will be imprisoned because of this until he brings that which is binding upon him. أَوْ يُكَذِّبَ نَفْسَهُ, or he rejects himself. لِيَرْتَفِعَ السَّبَبُ, so that you say the sabab of li'an now is removed, because now he's saying I spoke lies. You understand it? So the sabab of li'an is removed. وَلَوْ لَعْنَ وَجَبَ عَلَيْهَا اللِّعَانُ لِمَا تَلَوْنَ مِنَ النَّصِّ. And once he takes li'an, then li'an becomes wajib upon her because of what we recited from the nas. إِلَّا أَنَّهُ يُبْتَدَأُ بِالزَّوْجِ لِأَنَّهُ هُوَ الْمُدَّعِي. Except that it will be started with the husband because he's the claimant. فَإِنِ امْتَنَعَتْ حَبَسَ الْحَاكِمُ حَتَّى تُلَاعِنَ. Then if she holds back, then the hakim will imprison until she takes li'an. أَوْ تُصَدِّقَهُ, or she says, no, he's speaking the truth, I committed zina. You understand it? لِأَنَّهُ حَقٌّ مُسْتَحَقٌ عَلَيْهَا, because it's a right which is wajib upon her. وَهِيَ قَادِرَةٌ عَلَى إِفَائِهِ فَتُحْبَسُ بِهِ. And she is able to fulfill it, so she will be imprisoned because of it. وَإِذَا كَانَ الزَّوْجُ عَبْدًا أَوْ كَافِرًا أَوْ مَحْدُودًا فِي قَذَفِهِ فَكَذَبَ إِمْرَأَهُ فَعَلَيْهِ الْحَدُّ. If the husband is a slave boy, or is a kafir, or is one who has been already lashed for slandering, then he accuses his wife, he's going to get had, because he's not ahli shahadat. You understand it? He's going to get had because he's not ahlu shahadat, right? لِأَنَّهُ تَعَذَّرَ اللِّعَانُ لِمَانًا مِنْ جِهَتِهِ. Because li'an now is impossible because of a reason from his side. There's a deficiency in him that's making li'an impossible. For yusaru ila al-mawjab al-asli, right? So it will now be reverted to the original punishment, or the original hukam, وَوَثَّابِتُ بِقَوْلِهِ تَعَالَى. And it is the hukam which is established with Allah Ta'ala's statement, وَالَّذِينَ يَرْمُونَ الْمُحْصَنَاتِ ثُمَّ لَمْ يَأْتُوا بِأَرْبَعِ شُهَدَاءَ فَجْلِدُوهُمْ ثَمَانِينَ جَلْدَةً. We understand the Quran ayat. Those who accuse chaste women and they don't have 4 witnesses, then they will be lashed 80 lashes. Right? وَالْلِعَانُ خَلْفٌ عَنْهُ. And li'an is actually the substitute on behalf of this original hukam. You understand it? The original hukam, the husband accuses his wife, he's supposed to get lashes because he doesn't have 4 other witnesses. The 3 other witnesses with him. You understand it? So therefore, li'an is now just a substitute on behalf of that. وَإِنْ كَانَ مِنْ أَهْلِ الشَّهَادَةِ وَهِيَ أَمَةٌ أَوْ كَافِرَةٌ أَوْ مَحْدُودَةٌ فِي قَذَفٍ أَوْ كَانَتْ مِمَّنْ لَا يُحَدُّ قَذِفُهَا. Right. And if he's from Ahlu Shahadat, in other words, the husband doesn't no problem from his side. But she's a slave girl, or she's a kafira, right? or she's one who has been left in false accusation already, or she is from those women whom her slanderer will not be given had. In which way? بأن كانت صبية أو مجنونة أو زانية, that in this way that she is a small girl or a mad woman, or she was a zania, right? فلا حد عليه, then there's no had upon him for slander, for accusing her. ولا لعان, li'an can't take place also. لإنعدام أهلية الشهادة وعدم الإحسان في جانبها, because she is not suitable to give shahadat, and also she is not a muhsina, right, from her side. وامتناع اللعان لمعنى من جهتها, and the prevention of li'an is because of a factor from her side. فيسقط الحد كما إذا صدقته, so the had will fall away from the husband, just as when she certifies him, she says, no, he's speaking the truth, I did commit zina, right? Then also the had falls away from the husband. والأصل في ذلك قوله عليه السلام أربعة لا لعان بينهم وبين أزواجهم. The proof in this is Nabi Akram's statement. Four people, there is no li'an between them and between their spouses. Al-Yahudiyatu wal-Nasraniyatu tahta al-Muslimi. A Yahudi woman and a Nasrani woman in the nikah of a Muslim. Wal-Mamlukatu tahta hurrin, and a slave girl under a free man. Wal-Hurratu tahta al-Mamluki, and a free woman under a slave man. ولو كان محدودين في قذف فعليه الحد. And if they both had been lashed in the past for false false accusation, then upon him will be the had now. Understand it? If they both had been lashed in the past for false accusation, then upon him there'll be had. We'll just continue now because he's not here. Now what you say? Right. وصفة اللعان أن يبتدئ القاضي بالزوج, and the description of li'an is the qazi will begin with the husband. فيشهد أربع مرات يقول في كل مرة, he will testify 4 times, and he will say in every time أشهد بالله إني لمن الصادقين فيما رميتها به من الزنا, I bear testimony to Allah that I am from the truthful ones in that which I am accusing her from the zina. ويقول في الخامسة, and he will say in the 5th time لعنة الله عليه إن كان من الكاذبين فيما رماها به من الزنا, and he will say the curse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon him if he is from the liars in that which he accused her with of zina. Yushiru ilayha fi jami'i dhalika, he will point to her in all of that. He will point to her so there's no mistake who he's speaking about. You understand? ثم تشهد المرأة 4 مرات, then the woman will testify 4 times. تقول في كل مرة, she will say in every time أشهد بالله إنه لمن الكاذبين, I bear witness by Allah that he is from the liars. فيما رماني به من الزنا, in that which he accused me with from zina. وتقول في الخامسة غضب الله عليها إن كان من الصادقين, and she will say in the 5th time the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is upon her if he is from the truthful ones. فيما رماني به من الزنا, in that which he accused me with zina. Okay, leave it till there. Bring it out of kitab.